Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last episode of 2022 and the first episode of 2023. Because I'm recording this on the last day of 2022, and I will release it tomorrow, which is the first day of 2023. Okay, so for this episode, I thought of doing a quick solo episode to reflect a little bit on everything in life so far, or in 2022, and a little bit into 2023. But I can say the first thing is that right now at this moment when I am doing this, I'm a little bit stressed actually, because I have so many things that I need to do today. And I did plan on having much better time, but then I overslept 4 hours and I missed 4 hours of my day basically. So right now I'm just trying to deal with that a little bit, which is pretty interesting. But anyways, so I asked you if you had any questions, and I got a few questions from you. So I think we can just jump straight into the questions, and then we'll just take it from there. Okay, so the questions I got are from Instagram, by the way. So I posted on my story, and I will probably do this more times. So if you're only listening to this podcast, or you're only watching it on YouTube, maybe, then you know that when I do my Q&As, it's on Instagram mostly. Yeah. Okay, so what made you decide to make a podcast? Okay, I have talked about a lot of the intro stuff of this podcast before, in the first episode, but to give it short here, I can say that it's basically that I really want to talk with a lot of people about different world issues, and understand the more complexity of world issues and so on. Because when I think about my life and what I want to do in life, it's trying to come up with good solutions in order to help solve world problems, and they're really complex, and there are so many of them. So I want to see if there are some root causes to all of them, and try to figure out where can I put my time and have the biggest effect possible, I think. And to be honest, after launching the podcast is also really being able to sit down for 1 to 2 hours with people that I look up to, because I admire what they work with and so on. It's pretty nice. And also connecting with friends, which I also admire their work. We had Sydney and Cinta on, for example, and those are two people that I've known for some time in the activist movement, and we're good friends, and it's nice to connect over podcast and just talk. And I've also told myself that I don't care that much about I say the word so many times, by the way. I have to try to be better with that. But yeah, also having the podcast also helps me get better at speaking, because I'm not that confident in my speaking, I think. So by practicing this and being really aware of which words I use and how I communicate what I try to communicate is also something that I really love the podcast for. So that was a reason I didn't think much of before I started the podcast, but now that I have started a podcast, I'm really I'm getting more self-aware, and I think that's a good way for me to improve. So it's kind of even though nobody would have listened or watched, I think this is good for me to just do at least for a year and then see where it goes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I just woke up, by the way. So, yeah, and I haven't got my coffee yet or anything. Oh, such a sad day. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm not that high energy, but it's coming. Okay, it's coming. Give me some time. Okay, are you not going to have live on Instagram again? That was fun though. Yeah, no, I will for sure do that. before, like for the people that don't know, before I had like many live streams on Instagram. I think I had it like daily for a month or something as well, and it was really fun to connect. Then I felt more connected to like the social media community back then than I do now. And then I would get like so many questions, and today I have like 11 questions, I think, and they're not like every one of these are questions, yeah, but I will put them up on the screen here so you know. Yeah, okay, cool. Next. Okay, I'll just take everyone from you, I think, because you sent in 3 questions, Leah. So your third question is, what is your favorite moment in 2022? You can only choose one. Oh wow. What can that be? If I can only choose one, then I think it has to be, this is a bit funny, spontaneously going on Justin Bieber concert with my little sis, I think. Or the cabin trips with my family. I can only choose one, but like, okay, no, then I know. It was a really funny situation where we were at the cabin trip with my mom, and then me and my little sister were watching my mom going out in a kayak. And she like she's so cute, so she tried to go out in the kayak, and then she was like really scared. So when she started to go out underwater, she was like, help, like, get me back. Yeah, that was really funny. Oh, such a cute mom. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, and then from Sakshi, not for the podcast, but how is your mental health coping with all the stuff going on in your life? Oh, damn, yeah. As I mentioned in the start, today I'm like a little bit stressed, but I'm starting to calm my nerves around that. I have figured out like my ways of coping better with my mental health the last weeks, I would say. Like the whole year has been pretty stable, pretty good, I would say. But then after releasing the podcast and with World Saving Hustle, we have like some big projects or like this conference which we really want to have in 2023, and that was a huge thing that I worked a lot on. And then with the other organization, Altruism for Youth, we also had like this huge project which is taking way too long time, I feel, and I feel that those like external things actually have a lot to say on how I'm dealing with the things in life, which I don't think is that healthy, maybe. I'm not so sure about that. So I would say like overall I'm good, but I absolutely do have like some days which are not that good and some days which are better. Like I have more moments where I'm like super happy, stoked, like dancing, singing, rapping, like having fun, you know. Especially in the car. In the car it goes down with Olivia. My car's name is Olivia. Yeah, and that I'm going to sell Olivia, I think. So it's like many things. And that's because of the financial situation, by the way. So that's like not that cool as well. And then my family as well. There's a lot of things which have not been that easy this year when it comes to that. So yeah, so it's a good mix. It's absolutely just been a good mix, I would say. But overall, I'm good. The ice bathing, which I'm doing now, helps me a lot. Connecting with animals as well. I had the sickest encounter yesterday when I was doing the cold bath where I live, because the swankies, like the swans, you know, like those big birds, big white birds, they came to say hi when I was doing that yesterday, and I thought they were really close, like 1 meter away from me when I was in the water, and like they're big. I'm gonna release a reel on that or some footage from that, because that was just crazy. Like that was so beautiful. But yeah, but I can say that I also feel like the podcast is a place where you can just be like really honest, or like talk about how you're actually dealing with stuff. So I can say that my evenings are the worst. I have problems with procrastination, way too much screen time. And I also struggle with eating enough food. I've been doing that for many years though, which is not good. So often after a long day of a lot of work, then I get back home and then I'm like, damn, I haven't eaten that much today, so I have to make like a big dinner, and then I do that. But then I know that that is like not good for my sleep quality. So then I'm like, okay, but should I have better sleep, or should I get enough calories today, or like enough food? But then I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me all my levels are okay. So like I do eat enough. Like I don't undereat like a lot, but I tend to just not get in too much. Like one example of that is like now that I go to the gym, like I've been going to the gym for like the last 3 years, like maybe like in general 1 to 2 times a week, at times like 7 days a week, but then at times like 3 weeks break or something. And I'm still just like I'm on the same level. Like I'm not like so much more stronger now, and I think that's mostly because I don't eat enough. So I definitely have some things that I gotta work with, but I think I'm coping with them okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then one more question from Sakshi. Have you thought of any goals that you will be achieving next year, maybe in personal life? I think I just want to like really focus more on getting better, or like having a more like solid baseline in life, like where my eating is good, like where I don't like procrastinate as much, where I really want to try to step down my screen time somehow, and like just be a better person, like trying to do better like that. Yeah, like we have some goals with the organizations, but that was not what you asked about, so I will not go into that. But yeah, like I just want to be more stable, because especially like as a leader of 2 NGOs, where one of them is specifically working on mental health, I really want to take my own mental health more seriously than I've been doing. So I think that's one big one that I feel that like, and like also for my family, as I mentioned, like we've had some tough times with different things in my family, and I really want to be that like solid brother, that solid son, that like you can go through your stuff and you can come to me, you can talk with me, because I'm in a good place myself. But I feel that sometimes when I'm not in the best place myself, and when other people then come to share their problems and so on, I'm maybe not that stable there. And yeah, and I've also been feeling like a little bit lonely, I gotta say. Like because in one way it's really, really, really funny, especially when you have like 30,000 followers or something, and then you feel lonely. Like that's really weird, but that's I think I want more like deeper relationships in 2023. Connect more with like even more with family, with friends. Yeah, I've also been like single for like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I have no idea. I've only had like one relationship really. So yeah. So yeah, so something around that. Okay, wow, getting personal, of course. Okay, and then some comments here. I will not say them, or I can. Yeah, you're handsome too, Brian. Okay, Candace, we go to you. Okay, something you plan doing in 2023 that you haven't done before. Yes, in the start of 2023, I actually really want to go, or actually, okay, we have two similar questions here, or like which will pop into each other. So Josh is also asking, do you have plans of visiting other countries next year? Really hope to see you in person here in Philippines. And actually, both to Candace and Josh, I am thinking about coming to Philippines in 2023. Like I really want to do that. And one, because like Candace, like my creative partner who is editing this podcast and who has been helping me the last months, live in Philippines. So I think it would be really cool to work together a little bit there as well. But then also I know that like I think it's around like 30-40% of my followers are from Asia. So to answer your question more, Candace, I'm actually thinking about traveling to Asia and living there for like 2-3 months maybe. I think that would be so good. And also when I think about dealing with like mental health and stuff like that, I also see that like when I go to another place where family and friends can't reach me, then they automatically won't ask me for help like every single day for so many things. And maybe I can get better at like setting my boundaries in life. So yeah, but as well, like I actually love winter time. I love skiing so bad. But now I'm also hurt. Like I've just hurt my ribs from working out, and I still have runner's knee. So I can't really go skiing that much. And I've always told myself that I really want to go away in the winter months to some warmer places. So I'm thinking of doing that in 2023. Yeah. Yeah. Had a happy new year, guy. Hug to you, man. Hug to you too, Fabio. Appreciate it. And then wondering vegan moonchild asking, tell me how about your breathing technique for ice bath? Yeah, I can do. It's actually pretty short. It's basically I do Wim Hof method. So Wim Hof has you probably know who it is, but if you don't, he's like the Iceman. He's really cool. You can go to YouTube and search for Wim Hof breathing technique. And then he have like free guided breathing techniques there, and he also has like this free app. So I just downloaded the app actually, and yeah, it's really good. So today I'm at like day 6 of the challenge or something like that. It's really nice. Like how, or like yeah, I will not do it here, or like just like you can check it out there. But it's basically like you breathe in you breathe in fast and out fast, or like you can actually change the tempo, so it doesn't really matter. But like you breathe in and out, in and out, in and out. You do it like 35 times or something, and then when you breathe out again after the 35th time, you hold your breath, and then you hold it for like 1 minute, 1.5, 2 minutes until you feel the urge to breathe again. And then when you need to breathe again, you breathe in. And then you hold it for like 15 seconds. And then you let go. And then you start round 2. And like, yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, you should check it out on YouTube or something. And then we actually have the last question, I think. And then I will just reflect a little bit, I guess. Okay, Shaiko7. Do you ever get financial anxiety, and how do you deal with it? Yeah, as I just said, I'm actually selling my car, Olivia, because of like I don't have enough, or like my life situation have changed a little bit, so I don't want to prioritize that anymore. And as I've been working for myself the last 4 or 5 years. Which I'm super honored about, but like I don't have a lot of money, but I just have enough money to keep this going. So like the first year I used my savings, and then after that I had like Patreon. I still have Patreon now, but then I got a lot more on Patreon, and then so people donating to me, and that's how I lived. Like how amazing isn't that? Like people are so nice. And then I became this like green influencer, like getting deals on social media, and then I got enough money there, so I told my Patreons, you don't have to support me anymore, I got money from social media now. So then the people who donated to me quit donating, but now that I'm getting older, like I'm like 27 now, and like like I can't compare myself to others, or I can, because that's so funny, because if I compare myself to my friends here in Norway, they have like they have a car, a house, like they have like a kid, or like they're married, or like they're so grown up, like not everyone of course, but like many of them, and they earn like so much each month. Again, not everyone, but like a lot of my friends. And then you have me, which is just like doing his own thing, barely getting enough money to do all of this. But then if I compare myself to I guess most of you that will listen now, like if you don't live in Norway, but like for the other ones not living in Norway, then I'm probably doing good. Like it's just like compared to like Norwegian people, I don't earn much, but compared to the world, I'm like super rich still. So I really have to think about that. But then I also live in Norway, so so like some days, like my bank account is like zero, and then I have to like just like, okay, what do I have in like the fridge to eat and so on. But it's not super bad, but it's like it's just always been working out somehow, and sometimes I have like, but yeah, I have to learn from that. Like at one time last year, like when I bought Olivia, for example, then I had a lot of money. Suddenly I was doing so many deals, I was like holding so many public speaking stuff, I was like doing good, I could take some salary from the organization as well, and but that didn't last long. So I'm trying to work that out, be like smarter. So this year I have a little bit salary from World Saving Hospital, a little bit salary from Altruism for Youth. I know it's enough, and I also know that I have friends and family who can back me up if I really struggle. So that's also how I'm kind of dealing with it. But I'm also just really trying to be focused on what I want to do in life. And again, like I'm super grateful to be able to do what I do full time and decide every day what I want to do, kind of. And I absolutely have the possibility to take a part-time job if I really need it. So it's not super bad, but like, yeah, that's kind of some of my thoughts around it right now. So, yeah, other than that, like, I think I'm just trying to be more focused in 2023 on like just becoming better, not having that many, like I have so many, like this is me in a nutshell, basically, like just doing way too many things at the same time. And I've had a lot of people on my podcast now talking about burnout, because it's something which I really think about. And I think I'm playing with my boundaries there. And I gotta be careful that I don't do too much, so that I can never do the podcast again, or that I would just totally lose it. But like right now, for example, I would have loved to do this final episode, or this first episode of 2023 in a better state. But I feel that's also just a part of the journey, and I want to practice being like more like brutally honest, or like direct. I'm a person which is like, I tend to really just talk around the topics. Like I'm not that direct, and I need to practice that. And I think that as well is a good thing for this podcast. So I think for that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been sending in these questions today. I appreciate that. And thank you to everybody listening and watching, engaging. I've gotten like some of you have sent me really long like feedbacks on how I should improve my podcast game and so on, and I really appreciate that. So again, feel free to give me some feedback or suggestions and so on if you have. But yeah, just know that I'm also just like really trying to figure this out, and I am really trying to get better at it, because again, like the main thing is that I view this world issues as really important, and I find myself in a really lucky position here in Norway to be able to do a lot of good. So I really want to try to make sure that I do that in some way. And this podcast journey is like one of them. Yeah, but I'm not sure how long I will do this, but at least a year, I think. Yeah, like I'm having such a good time doing it. Like especially with guests. When it's only me, it's different. But yeah, I want to add one more thing. And if you want, you can also share with me, like, what are your thoughts of 2022 and what are your thoughts of 2023? Maybe you have some goals or something like that. Like, yeah, I think we're averaging at around 40 to 50 views. So it would be nice to hear from you that are listening. Like, yeah, like let's connect so it goes both ways. And also I will do Instagram live streams for the one who are waiting for those to happen again, so we can connect more there as well. But yeah, please tell me about your goals, plans for 2023, or your thoughts about 2022. And yeah, thank you so much again. And I wish you the best start of 2023. And I'm sending a lot of love to everyone who is watching or listening. And thank you for being here with me. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Okay, bye-bye.